Good morning, friends. My name is Rishikesh, and just before starting our actual thing, let me give a short introduction of mine. Okay, so my name is Rishikesh Pasukar. I am a certified ethical hacker, and this is my journey. So, if I talk about the cybersecurity scene specific, so I first heard about cybersecurity back in 2014. Then I eventually keep looking for this particular field, and I'm very much happy from where I am now. Okay, so I first heard in 2014, that was back in my diploma days. Then I started training specifically in ethical hacking in 2017, and I became certified ethical hacker in 2019. So that there are two different trainings. Okay, and I started working in cybersecurity field in 2019, and from there on I'm continuing to work in cybersecurity. Fine. So I went to training is specifically for cybersecurity, and work with three institutes. Two are from Pune, one is from Delhi. Trained more than 30 students. So that's the short introduction about myself and my goal. Okay, my goal is to own my cybersecurity services company, and I've tested it to be for 2022 because it takes time, and I want to be. Uh, I don't want to start the company in a hurry. I want to take my time, and I want to build a proper service company. Because that's all about myself. I will move towards the actual part. So, in order to interact with me, please keep the session interactive. Okay. So, if you have any doubts, if you have any issues, just put a message in the chat. Okay, and make it a fun session. Don't make it a boring session in which only I'm talking and nobody's responding, or being a silent listener. Don't do that. Okay, we make the session interactive. Fine. So we are here for the cyber security. Okay. So how many of you aware of the cyber security? How many of you actually aware of cyber security? What is cyber security? How? What is the significance? Yes. Okay. Okay. So I'll start. So basically, cybersecurity is a field which deals with information security over the internet. Okay. So it is a big domain. It's a very large domain which deals with information over the internet. So it deals with the information with the personal information. It deals with the financial information. It deals with the industry information. Everything. So if you talk about cybersecurity specific, there are multiple aspects of it. For example, there is a uh, individual personal aspect. For example, a personal data of an individual. How to secure that? How it is in an internet environment where there are multiple things. There are social media. There are financial transactions. There are everything. And in this particular environment, how this data, how a individual's data can be kept secure, it deals with that. Okay, if we talk about industrial data, if we talk about the corporate world, so in corporate world, there are many things. Information is the key. If the information gets leaked, if information is disclosed, there are multiple things can happen in an corporate world. So in order to secure that, there are different things. So all these things come combinedly in cybersecurity. Okay, so I think you have got an idea what cybersecurity in general is. I'll see that in details ahead in this particular webinar. Now, my next question is, what are you expecting from this webinar? Why you want to attend this webinar? What are you expecting from this? Just put message in chat so that I'll know. Don't be hesitant. Don't be shy. Okay. Don't think that I might ask the wrong things. I might say something wrong. Don't worry about that. It's just I know you are beginners. You don't know anything. So whatever you have, just share it with me so that I can relate. I can share my knowledge. I can build this webinar in such a way that you will understand the things in more simpler way. Okay, so I have much knowledge. I have very much knowledge about this field. I have a lot to talk, but I want to keep it as simple as possible. Okay, so for that you just I want some inputs from you guys so that I'll know what understanding you have and what things I have to share. Okay, so just put a message that what are you expecting from this particular webinar, what's the expectations, what you want to know. So I'm waiting for your opinions because it's very important to get to know each other. When I'm delivering a webinar, it's very important to get to know each other so that I'll came to know that what you guys are expecting, what you guys are facing problems in which particular area regarding cybersecurity, whether it is cybersecurity um, as a career point of view, cybersecurity in general, cybersecurity for personal things, what you want. So there are many aspects of it. For example, one aspect of it is awareness. Awareness in the sense what you know about cybersecurity or personal security, or how you know that you can keep your personal data, such as your social media handles, secure, your financial transactions secure. Okay, that becomes one aspect of it. Another aspect of it is career aspect. Okay, so many of you engineering guys, okay, basics of security domain, you should be aware how to start. Okay, how to start in the was how to start in what sense, how to start a career, how to start uh, to be secure on internet. Just tell you something more about that. So things like that, if you share, I can be more explained. Sorry. Okay, how to get into cybersecurity domain, job is domain exactly. So that's what I'm expecting from you guys. What exactly you want from this webinar? Perfect, perfect. Thanks. Alexis, people who take initiatives because see, when we push this webinar or when we publish this webinar, so here whoever is listening to this webinar should get at least something from this webinar. Okay, so as like you are expecting that how you want to how you can get into security time and how can you get a job, how you make career in cybersecurity. Okay, so we'll definitely cover that part. Okay, so I get to know that what you guys are expecting from this webinar. So now I'll tell you my motive behind doing this webinar. Okay, this is very important. What I want to deliver. So the thing is, when I want to start my career, just before I told you that I first heard about it in 2014, then I started the training in 2017, became certified in 2019. So as you can see, there are a wide time span between the things. So the thing that I have mentioned, there's a wide time span in between the things. So that much time it took me to reach this state, because there are different things. First of all, there is unawareness. First of all, second, lack of resources, lack of guidance, so many things which hold me back, which held me back in progressing this particular field. Okay, so when I got some knowledge, when I entered in this field, I worked when I worked in this field, I realized that okay, I have some knowledge, and when I started, I had this problems. So my motive behind this webinar is very clear. I want to help the guys who want to enter in the cybersecurity field. I want to help the guys. I want to share my knowledge with them, and I want to take them with me. Okay, so from my career perspective, I have much enough ample amount of knowledge in cybersecurity. Up till there are still plenty to achieve, and I am going forward. I am going ahead in that direction. Okay, so while climbing the ladders of success, I want I don't want to be alone there. Okay, I want people. If I am able to take some people with me, I'll be very happy. That's why I'm doing this webinar. Okay, clear? Shall we move on? So my motive is very much clear. I want to share my knowledge. I want to help people who want to make career in cybersecurity. That's it. So we'll go step by step. Okay, we will not hurry or we will not make any fuss. We'll go step by step. First, we will see what is cybersecurity domain. Okay, first we will see what is cybersecurity domain. We will see in details of cybersecurity domain. We'll look for this particular areas. Okay, so that we will get the detailed knowledge about it. We'll get the proper information about it. Okay. So let's dive in details of cybersecurity. Okay, fine. So you might have heard these two similar terms: cybersecurity and ethical hacking. Okay, so you might have heard these terms because they goes hand in hand. So whenever you heard cybersecurity, you might heard the word ethical hacking. So are they relevant? Are they same? Are they different? What exactly it is? Okay, so cybersecurity, as I told you, is a whole domain which deals with a lot of things, right? While ethical hacking is a terminology given to a method which states that okay, if you have a hacking knowledge, okay, if you have a knowledge about hacking, how to hack systems, use it ethically. That's it. Use it ethically means use that knowledge to secure the things. Use that knowledge to solidify the security. Use that knowledge to make things more secure. Don't use that knowledge for the destructive purpose. Use it for the constructive purpose. That's basically ethical hacking. Okay, so if you say, oh, so this guy is an ethical hacker. Okay, this guy has done some course in ethical hacking. What does that mean? An ethical hacker is nothing but a responsibility given to that particular person that okay, if you have a hacking knowledge, use this knowledge ethically. That's why you are called as ethical hacker. Okay, clear? And whereas where it comes to cybersecurity is a whole domain which deals with a lot of data or which deals with a lot of things. Clear? Now we'll move on to actual cyber security. So let's just break into the cyber security. What it exists, what it consists. Okay. So everybody clear with cyber security and ethical hacking? Any doubts regarding that? Okay, fine. So all those who have joined recently, I was not paying attention to that. So just keep active in the chat so that I will know what you have doubts. Okay. Hi Karan, good to see you here. Okay. Now, as you can see, cybersecurity consists of very different domains. Okay, so what this domain means? So, as you can see, there is application security, there is network security, there is cloud security, there is infrastructure security, there is IT security, there is wireless network security. Okay, and there are much more things in that. So I have just what I can say, categorize the things in a very simpler way. Okay, so if you talk about cyber security, this much things come into that categorically. Okay, so when I talk about application security, then the application can be web application, the mobile application, the IoT application, the standalone Windows application, a standalone system application, anything. So anything regarding to the security of an applications comes under the category of application security. Okay. The next thing is network security. So what is network security? So uh, I guess uh, most of our listeners are from computer background or are from IT background. So they might know that what is computer network. Okay. Or they might have heard about computer networks. So whenever I talk about a corporate company like an MNC or big companies, we know that the companies have their own infrastructure, their own networks inside their premises. Okay, where the information is stored and exchanged over that network. So in order to maintain the security of that network, the network security part is there. Okay, so all the things related to that particular network security comes under this category. So it consists of access privileges, it consists of access control rights, consists of endpoint security, it consists of department security, many things. So anything under network security or anything inside the network, we need to secure each and everything, and that comes under the network security. Okay. Next is cloud security. We know cloud. We all know cloud. We have used the cloud, and we are using it, and we are going to use it in future as well. So whatever the information stored on cloud, whatever the information flow in between the applications of cloud, so cloud security deals with all of that. Imagine the Google Drive is one type of cloud. Okay, Google Drive is one type of cloud, and most of the users nowadays are storing their personal information on Google Drive, or I can say iCloud. Okay, so that personal information consists of photos, your personal photos, your family photos, your financial information, your personal information, your educational information, many type of data. Okay. Now imagine that somebody has access to your Google Drive. Imagine a situation that somebody has access to your Google Drive and is able to take that data, whatever you have stored on your Google Drive, is able to take that data and use that data without your permission. Without your permission, what will happen? Okay, so in order to secure that data, the cloud security part is there. Okay, the next thing is infrastructure security. So, what is infrastructure? So, infrastructure is nothing. mm, Infrastructure is a things that are used in order to build a network or build a company, or build a company working environment. For example, in infrastructure there comes servers, there comes individual machines, then different tools, different devices that are used nowadays. So whatever the things that are used to build a network, build a working environment, so whether it is a private company, whether it is a public company, or whether it is a government sector, whether it is a manufacturing plant, where are nowadays most of the IoT automation is done, where most of the robotics is used. So everything in infrastructure needs to be secure, and that's why the infrastructure security is part is there. Okay, so imagine there is one manufacturing plant where an robotic arm or robotic cutter is used to cut anything like a wooden part or a metal part, and it is connected over the internet, or it is connected to a network. So imagine a person is entering in that particular network space and trying to control that particular robotic arm without anyone's permission, without anyone's knowledge. What will happen? Just imagine the scenarios. What will happen? Okay, so that's why we need infrastructure security as well. Okay, the next IoT security. So IoT is very booming nowadays. We all are using IoT devices. For example, smartwatches, smart fridge, smart AC, smart lock, number of things. Number of things. Just take an example of your smartwatch. Just basic example of smartwatch. What things smartwatch do? It does multiple things. Okay, it does multiple things, and one part of is it records your health data. So many of smartwatches, for example, Fitbits and number of things, number of such devices are giving the health information or are capturing the health information. Okay, are capturing the health information, and they are they are storing that particular information. In hospitality sector as well, there are multiple machines nowadays which are controlled over the internet or connected to the internet, and they are doing some tasks. For example, there are a lot of machines. So you just imagine anyone who is sitting at a remote place is able to access such if data, your health related data, your health related machines, and tampering with that sort of information, what damage it could perform. So such things as also needs to be secure. The IoT security is a major aspect nowadays, and the developers in IoT also knows that the IoT is very prone to, or IoT is not that much secure, so it is very prone to attacks. So IoT security is very and very, quote me on that, it is a very booming sector, and it will be there for future as well. Okay, so the next part is wireless network security. Okay, so now you'll say, okay, we have already covered network security. What is this wireless network security? Okay, so there is a large difference between network security and wireless network security. I'll simplify that. Uh, you might have gone to many cafes, you might have gone to many uh, food retail outlets such as McDonald's and a lot of like that. So everyone has now wireless points, Wi-Fi points. Also, uh, if we talk about small scale industry, small scale offices, small scale startup offices, so most of these industry sectors are using Wi-Fi for the communication in their company environments. If I talk about the MNCs or big companies, they generally or mostly using the LAN connections. They are not using Wi-Fi's. Okay, they are using LAN connections. Over the LAN, the information is exchanged. But a lot of small sectors and public sectors are nowadays having the Wi-Fi points, Wi-Fi access points. Okay, so just imagine you have gone to CCD or McDonald's for that matter, and you are connected with the Wi-Fi of McDonald's or CCD, whatever, and a person sitting in that particular CCD or McDonald's is able to see who is connected to that particular that Wi-Fi. Okay, is able to see which devices you are using, is able to see what information you are, for example, which websites you are accessing, is able to see whom you are sending your private WhatsApp message, whom you are sending some important data files, whom you are sending some important financial information. Just imagine that. If that particular person is able to access that particular wireless access point and is able to listen that information, is able to access that information, in a way is a breach of privacy, is a very threatening, because it can, he or she can use that data for any purpose. So for that matter, wireless network security is another special category or another aspect which is considered in a cybersecurity world. Okay, so many of you have must have Wi-Fi at your homes. So do you know how to secure? What sort of security measurements you are following? Anyone? For that, you know that your Wi-Fi, your router can be hacked, can be accessed? Anyone has ever tried that, or anyone has ever thought that? So see, the security starts from your home. Always remember, security starts from yourself and your home. If you want to make careers in cybersecurity, it should start from you. You must know, if you have router at your home, you must know is it open to access, or it has some password protection, or if it is password protected, is it default credentials or proper credentials? You should know these basic things. Okay, so I'll just give you simple trick. So in any network, there is one, we know that IP is a thing which is there on internet. Okay, you might have heard about IP. Just go, if your mobile is connected to the where Wi-Fi, go into network center of your mobile phone and check the IP. That IP might be of something like 192.168, something like that. Okay, and it will be divided in four parts. Okay, and it will be separated by the dots. If keep the first three numbers of that particular IP as it is, and just change the last bit as 1 and enter that particular number in your browser, you will be redirected to the access of your router. Okay, I just give you simple example in the chat, just for look that. Okay, for example, my laptop's IP is this 192.168.26.103. Anything, it can be anything. Okay, so this is my IP of my router, of my laptop. And I want to access the router in this of this network. I just change it to 192.168.26.1, and if I enter this particular second value in my browser, I'll be redirected to my router, and if it is openly accessible, then it is insecure. Okay, just try this small thing and you will get to know where our cyber security stands. Clear, everyone? Okay, so there are, I think I can see there are multiple people connected and only one is replying. So just interact with me in chat so that I'll get to know that you are there, you are listening, so that I'll continue. And it's very important to interact. Okay, okay, Sanju. Yes, like that. So the session is for you guys. Understand? Session is for you guys. I have knowledge, I have everything, and I'm moving ahead in my career. It's your moment, it's your chance to get the knowledge. So interact. Okay. So as you can see, at the start of your our this presentation, I have written something that one moment. So what is that one moment? It is that one moment when I realized what I have to do in my career, and that moment was 2 years ago. Okay, and this is your moment. This is the that one moment for you guys to get the knowledge and move ahead in your careers. Okay, so be interactive. This is for you, not for me. Okay, so clear about the different aspects of cybersecurity, everyone? Anyone has any doubts? Just simply ask whatever there is in your mind. Don't hesitate. Okay, fine. So we'll move on. Okay. So the next part is, okay, now we understood what is cybersecurity, what are the different aspects of it. Now the most important question of yours, that how I can start in cybersecurity, or how I can gain the skills, what skill set is required to gain a job or to gain the knowledge in this particular field. Okay, so we'll go for that. What skills are required to become an ethical hacker? You might have heard this term ethical hacker. So what it needs to be done for that? Okay, so I assume that most of you guys are from computer background or IT background, or even that for that matter ENTC, anything. Okay, you might be doing programming, you might be doing jobs. So whoever might listen this particular webinar after this particular session, so see, there is no limitation for this particular field to be entered. There is no any criteria that you need to have this knowledge. You should have to done this graduation. There is nothing like that. Anyone who is interested in cybersecurity can enter in cybersecurity. It's simple as that. It's just that you have to be passionate about it and you have to work for that. Only two things are required. Everything will come in place. Okay, so whether you are from a computer background, whether you are from IT background, whether you are from ATC background, whether you are from mechanical, civil, doesn't matter whether you have done science, commerce, arts, doesn't matter. If you are willing to enter, then you can enter. It's simple as that. Okay, so what sort of basic knowledge we should have before entering in actual technical things of cyber security, or actual technical knowledge of becoming an ethical hacker? Okay, so the first basic knowledge required is knowledge of computer networks. Okay, so you should know what is computer networks, how it works, how the data uh, is exchanged, what is IP, and that sort of things. The next thing is required, that a basic understanding of operating systems. So you should know what is operating system, how it works, what are the different types of operating system. For Windows, there is Linux, there is Mac OS. So different things about this basic of operating systems you should know. Then the next important thing is hands-on experience of Linux OS. What is hands-on experience? Hands-on experience means you have used that particular Linux OS environment or Linux environment. You have worked on that particular Linux environment. There is a reason for that, because the OS that we are going to use for this particular task or for this particular uh, things that we are going to do in ethical hacking or in cyber in different security aspects, most of that tools or that things are done on an OS which is a Linux based OS. Okay, so in order to effectively use that particular tools, in order to effectively work on that particular things, we should have some hands-on experience on Linux. Okay, so I'm not asking about a very deep-rooted knowledge about Linux, what is kernel, what is everything. Now, basic hands-on experience. That's it. You should able to use Linux OS as like you were using the Windows OS from, I don't know, many years. Okay, it's simple as that. So that should not be any problem, because I've experienced that many of colleges, engineering colleges, or for that matter, normal colleges also have shifted towards the Linux environment, and they have some kind of interaction of students with the Linux OS. So that should not be a big issue. Now, all these things are, we can say, are a prerequisites. Prerequisites in the sense that this much knowledge you should have before starting the actual technical things in ethical hacking or in cybersecurity. For that matter, we will refer this particular things to an ethical hacking. Okay, just to simplify that. Now you have this basic knowledge. Now, what skills you want to gain? Now you have to gain skills that are specific to these domains. For example, the skills specific to the application security, skills specific to the network security, cloud security, infra security, wireless security, combined it, so that you will have a wider perspective about each and every aspect. For example, if I talk about application security, there is a thing called as VAPT, that is vulnerability assessment and penetration testing. So under that, different things come. If I talk about network security, then you should have knowledge about the sniffing and session hijacking, stuff like that. If I, you have to, if you're looking for IoT security, then you should know about IoT related stuff, basic IoT, how IoT works, how what is the traits of IoT, basic knowledge about that. And after that, you will have a different set of knowledge, because IoT as okay, IoT is nothing but a combination of two things, hardware and software. So in order to work in IoT security, we must have software knowledge also, and you must have hardware knowledge also regarding the security. Okay, so this kind of skills you should acquire before or to become an ethical hacker. Okay, so how you will achieve that, where you will get that, we'll discuss that later. Just get a brief knowledge about that. Clear till now, everyone? Okay, the people are joining. So those who are joining late, you are missing many things. Okay, so make sure whenever next time you attend any workshop, you attend that on time, because time has its importance. Okay, clear, no problem. Anyone wants to know anyone have any doubts? Anyone who wants to know some extra information about this, whatever we have covered up till now? Just give it a thought and ask if you have any. Otherwise, we will move ahead. Anyone thinks that okay, I want this particular information, okay, or also which area is easy to move into and takes less time? Okay, we'll surely cover that. We'll surely cover that. To be honest, there is no such thing that is easy, but I'll video. Okay, so to that the host will answer that. So for now, we'll stick to the presentation part. Okay. So see, nothing is easy, and there is no shortcut for anything. But I'll make you more simplify, or I'll give you in detail that okay, doing this particular after having this particular skill set, which area you can enter in cybersecurity. Okay, so I'm getting that reference because most of the guys who are doing engineering, or most of the people who are doing education, are destined to be have a job, right? So I'll tell you that which area in cybersecurity is easy to get a job, or is an entry level job opportunity, and I'll also share you that which area will take you some time to get an opportunity. Okay, so we'll surely cover that question as well. We'll cover that question in our next segments, that is job roles. Okay, so we'll see different job roles that we can get in particular cyber security world, or after we became an ethical hacker. So this areas we can this job roles we can get, so that you guys will get a clear idea regarding this. Okay, so okay, we'll move on. So just wait a minute, I am opening a file that I have. How the job roles listed. Okay, got that. Share this. Share. Okay. Okay, I have shared one file. Is everybody is able to see that? It visible? Okay, yes, yes, yes. So what are these? These are job roles. These are specific job roles that are there in cyber security. Okay, so you will have an idea what sort of jobs you can have in cyber security. Okay, we'll see one by one that. So this is just a normal list picked from the internet. Okay, you will find jobs like this and number of jobs like this on internet. Okay, so I have picked a list of 50 jobs, and I will explain it to you. Not one by one every job. We'll just have a brief idea. Okay, so as you can see, we have job for application security. We have job for artificial intelligence. We have job for automotive security. We have job for blockchain. We have job as a blue team members. What is blue team and red team? There are some terminologies in cybersecurity world. Okay. Then bug bounty hunter. You might have heard about this bug bounty thing. If not, I'll explain that. Then we have CISO or CSO. There are managerial level of jobs. Then there is cloud security. There is script analyst. So what is script analyst? You might have heard about encryption, decryption, or end-to-end security. That is your WhatsApp. That is there in your WhatsApp end-to-end security. So what is that? So all this is done through cryptography. So that is one aspect of that you guys will learn. Then this crypto offers it is also related to cryptography and cyber intelligence specialist, cyber operations specialist. So a lot of government jobs also are there. Hardware engineer, so cyber hardware security is there. Lawyer, cyber security lawyer. If you are in law and you have knowledge about cyber security, then you can become a cyber security lawyer. So up till now, we have discovered different domains where cyber security is needed. For example, there is AI, there is automobile, there is hardware. Okay, there is managerial level of cyber security. There is network security level. That is your cryptography and cryptanalyst. So, as you can see, the wide spectrum of cyber security has. Okay, this also indicates the growth an individual can have in cyber security. You can start from any particular field. For example, if you started from application security, you can work, you can move to another field. For example, artificial intelligence, you can move to IoT security, you can move to bug bounty hunting. So there is a lot of things. So we have got up the cybersecurity lawyer. Now we'll see. Okay, cybersecurity software developer. So if you are in programming, if you are in software development, then you can work as a cybersecurity software developer. Okay, data recovery specialist, data security analyst, so digital forensics. So all this related to the forensics part. So digital forensics is another aspect of cybersecurity. So what is digital forensics? The basic example of digital forensics is the current Sushant Singh murder case. Okay, so we all have heard the news about we have that how they got after a CBI enters in the scene, how they got the information of their private chats, WhatsApp chats. Okay, so all this is done through digital forensics. Okay, so that is also a government job you can have. Digital forensics. You can have your own digital forensics company as well. So that is also another aspect of digital forensics. Ethical and a white hat hacker. So white hat hacker is a technical term of cybersecurity world. Then there is compliance. Okay, then there is IIoT. IIoT is industrial IoT security specialist. Industrial IoT security specialist. So what? Okay, so and another thing you can find here is at 34 internet IoT security specialist and IIoT security specialist. So what is IoT and what is IIoT? So IoT is for educational purpose, for learning purpose. For example, students are developing a lot of projects on IoT. So while developing projects on IoT, the security should be kept in mind as well. So you can work on that part as well, or you can work on IIoT. IoT is industrial IoT, where IoT is used in industries. So there is a huge difference between IoT and IIoT regarding of sensor use, with regard of data uh, stored, with regarding of data shared, with regarding of algorithms used. There is much difference. So IoT, as I told you earlier, IT security will be a very booming industry for future. Then you can work as malware analyst. So malware, your virus and virus, Trojan, backdoor, all these are viruses. So malwares. So you can work in malware analysis as well. Then mobile security engineer. So what is mobile security engineer? Implement security for mobile phones and devices. Okay, so whatever the mobile phone manufacturers are, smartphone manufacturers, they also at the time of manufacturing, security is also a very big aspect, which is what is PKI. PKI is public key infrastructure, which comes under cryptography. Okay, which comes under cryptography. So PKI is authority which gives certificates, which gives security certificates for the communication. So that is very in detail, right? Just tell you. So for that PKI is used, and okay, then where were we? IoT, incident responder, information security analyst, information security analyst, information security manager, information. Okay, so all this analyst part, okay, incident responder, information security analyst, information assurance, all this analyst part comes under a terminology called SOC, that is Security Operations Center. Okay, and this SOC part is easy to get a job and is an entry level job opportunity for anyone who is starting their career in cybersecurity. Okay, then what is the next thing? Malware analysis we have discussed. Network security administrator. We see the network security part. So see, network security administrator is there, but in reality, it starts from the lower level. So network security administrator is a higher level job, but under that there are multiple levels. Okay, then there is penetration testers. So this SCADA thing is, I think, somewhat mechanical related thing. I guess security auditor, security awareness training specialist. Okay, so what is awareness training specialist? Then you can also work as a cybersecurity trainer. Okay, you can work as a full-time cybersecurity trainer as well. Then what is that? The SOC analyst, SOC manager, source code auditor, threat hunter, virus technician. So it is also in malware analysis, vulnerability assessor. So you might not get the exact reference of these jobs right now. Enough with rows, move forward. Yes, yeah. So you might have understood, okay, that how what kind of roles or what kind of job roles we can get here. Clear? So the conclusion is there are much more opportunities. Now we'll move for, now we'll move towards our regional discussion. Okay. So now you got the idea of job roles. Yeah. What sort of jobs you can get. Now it's very important to know who is hiring, right? It's very important to know who is hiring, which companies will give you jobs, where you will work. Okay, so that is the most important thing. Okay, you have a knowledge, you have idea about cybersecurity. Now where you should apply. So there are multiple aspects for it. For example, there are proper cybersecurity companies. Okay, what I mean by proper cybersecurity companies, that means that company only functions or handles the cybersecurity related parts, and their clients will be another enterprises who are in need of cybersecurity. So might be an application security, might be an network security, or anything. Okay, so that is a specific cybersecurity company, for example, Lucidus, then there is Deloitte, and there are multiple companies. Now, the next thing is next sort of company which will hire cybersecurity professionals are product-based companies and service-based companies. Product-based IT companies and service-based IT companies. So you might know what is this product-based IT companies and service-based IT companies. So same companies who hires developers, who same company who hire software testers, jobs like that. Same company will also hire cybersecurity professionals as they are building their own cybersecurity teams. Okay, as they are building their own cybersecurity teams, so they will hire cybersecurity professionals as well. For example, companies like TCS, IBM, Infosys, then PwC, Deloitte, then EY, KPMG, lot of big MNCs, lot of big giants in particular IT fields will also hire the security professionals. Then there are antivirus companies. For example, there's Quick Heal, there's McAfee, and number of other companies. So that companies will hire cybersecurity professionals, especially the malware analysis part. Whoever knows the malware analysis part, they will hire them. Then banking sector in the sense the whole banking sector, which concludes the banks. Okay, the individual banks that are there. It concludes the firms that handles the backends of the banks, the companies that handles the functioning of banks with their transaction related things and each and everything. So all this kind of whole banking sector is looking for the cybersecurity professional to secure their environments. Okay, and the next part is financial companies. Financial companies in the sense the companies who are developing financial products. For example, Paytm, Google Pay, Phone Pay. Then there are some gateways that are used. For example, Razor Pay, I think Mojo, like that. So the companies which are dealing with financial transaction, financial application developments. So all these companies, there is Avalara, a lot of MNCs. So all the companies will be looking for cybersecurity professionals. Okay, so I have just mentioned the categories. Now you can imagine the exact number of companies that are there in market who are looking for cybersecurity professionals. Got it? So you might have this doubts that I know this cybersecurity. I want to work, but what is the scope? Will I be successful? So there is scope, and you will be successful regarding or considering that you should have skills. As simple as that. Okay, and the next important question that comes to your mind is what is the average salary of any cybersecurity professional? So I have included salaries from entry level to the higher levels. Okay, so the salary varies from 4 lakhs to 20 lakhs depending upon your experience, depending upon your skill set, depending upon your passion, depending upon how hardworking you are. So this is the range of salaries you can get. So there is no point in doubting about the salary issues. Okay, so now the main question is what is the future scope of cybersecurity in India, especially in India? Okay, especially in India, what is the future scope? Before moving on to future scope, everyone is clear with whatever you have covered up till now. Nice. Okay. So we'll move on to the future scope. So I will not tell anything about future scope. I will just show you the proofs that will tell you that okay, there is future scope. For example, if are you able to see this with Firefox browser? Fine. So as you can see here, this is a newsletter on April 7, 2020. Okay, which indicates the cybersecurity market in India to reach 3 billion by 2020. By 2020 means from 3 years now. Okay, and this report is by DSCI and PwC. So what is I want to just give you the idea that the report is legitimate. Okay, so what is DSCI? The DSCI is nothing but Data Security Council of India. So according to the Data Security Council of India, the cybersecurity market in India will be about 3 billion by 2022. That means there is a rising market, there is a growing market of cybersecurity, and if you want to enter in cybersecurity, this is the time. This is the time because now we are in 2020, almost about it is about to end. We are about to enter in 2021. So more about CS. Is it a question or it is statement? What you? I didn't get it. Please clarify what you want to ask. जॉब साइबर सिक्योरिटी उसके आगे I'll show you another report which will give you insights in of cyber security. Okay, so value of cybersecurity services market in India in 2019 and 2022. Okay, so security consulting. So these numbers are in million US dollars. Okay, so in security consulting, there is a rise, security implementation, there is a rise, security testing, there is a rise, and there is huge rise in security operations. Security operations is the security operations center, SOC part, which we discussed while discussing the job roles. So there is a rise in security operations as well. So we have seen that there is future scope, but the main question is companies are ready to hire you, but do you have the skills? This is the main question. Okay, and I have answer for that. I have answer to this question. Who is interested to know that answer? who want to gain the skills in cybersecurity. Yes, come on. Companies are ready to hire you to have the skills. Okay. So the next part of our webinar will be focusing on how you can get the skills and how I can help you to get the skills. Okay. Now, many of you might think, why you? That means, why me? Why you learn from me? Or why you gain that knowledge, or why you gain that knowledge from me? There is simple answer to that, because I am doing this by choice, not by chance. I want to share the knowledge and I want to take the people with me. That's why you should learn from me. Okay. So the next part is where you will understand how you can get the skills. So what I am proposing to you, I am proposing you a simple thing called as complete skill development program in cybersecurity. So what is this? What is this complete skill development program in cybersecurity? I will explain this one by one. Listen it carefully. Okay. So we just break into that. So the very first part of that particular program is training part. So what is, why this training part? Why I'm I have kept this part as the first part. Okay. Up till now we have seen that how much opportunities there are in cybersecurity, how much job portions there are available in their market, what is the market of cybersecurity, how much salary you can get. Okay, ultimately that's everyone as a professional, that is our target, to get a good salary and good numbers. But the question is, how we will get that salary or how we'll get that money. There are two options, either job or business. Right? Correct me if I'm wrong. There are two options, there is job and there is business. Anyone, correct me if I'm wrong. So, okay, there is job, there is business. How you will get job or how will you start your business? You will get a job or you will start your business only if you have skills in this particular field. Okay, how you will achieve the skills or how you will get the skills or knowledge? You will get the skills or knowledge about this particular field through study or through learning or through training. That's why our first initial focus is on training. Okay, so my first initial focus is on training, which will ultimately lead you to your end goal. So the first part is subject training. So what is the different types? Subject training, what is subject training, what is practical training, what is industry based training? So I'll simply simplify that. First is subject training. Subject training includes your let's assume as a syllabus training. So what things you should learn to enter in cybersecurity, all that aspects are included in your subject training. Okay, so I have about 20 to 25 models modules designed for that, and all this comes in your subject training. So whoever is interested for that particular to get that particular module set or syllabus of that particular subject training, after this webinar, just contact with our team, Tech Amplifiers team, or contact with the Tech Amplifiers team. They will share you with each and everything. Okay, so that subject training is one part. The next thing is your practical training. Okay, so in subject training, we'll cover the theoretical part along with practicals. Okay, subject training will cover all the theoretical part, all conceptual parts with the practical training. And after that, I have designed a specific practical training which will enhance your skills, which will enhance your conceptual knowledge. Okay, and the next most important thing is industry-based training. So, what is industry-based training? So, as we all know, that whatever we learn in your schools, whatever we learn in your colleges, is way different than what industry expects. So, in guys who are doing engineering will more relate to this, because I have done engineering as well. So, whatever we learned in our engineering part is mostly irrelevant or mostly outdated with sorts of industry knowledge or industry expectations. So, after we complete subject training, after we complete practical training, there is aspect which is industry based training, which will tell you exactly what industry demands from a security professional. For example, if you are entering into application security, so what skill sets are they required for application security? What are the inside internal domains are there in application security where you can work and where you can specialize? So industry based training is basically that. So whichever your favorite field from the cybersecurity world that you want to excel, that you want to master, will provide that sort of industry based training. Clear? So there is a reason I have not shared the syllabus, because see, ultimately you are going to get the syllabus. Just ask for to our tech amplifiers team. You will get the syllabus, you will get the idea, but the more important is these aspects to understand what is subject training, what is practical training, what is industry based training. So I don't know whether you learn from me or whether you learn from any other mentor, anywhere. You should know these aspects as well. Whenever you go, wherever you go for the training in cybersecurity, or whether you learn by yourself, you should know that this differences is there. Okay, and if you learn from me, you will get the ample amount of knowledge which will take you much ahead in your career. So what is my promise? Okay, so we got to know that okay, there is subject training, there is practical training, and industry based training. So as a person, as from my side, what I am promising. So I am promising a very basic thing. There is complete technical development. I am promising a complete technical development. I will assure that by end of our this skill development program, you will be completely developed into a technical person who is ready to work in cybersecurity industry. That's it. This is my simple promise. Now, I want to back that. I want to back that while sharing how I will achieve it. Okay, while sharing how I will achieve it. So, whatever I am saying to you is not just a presentation. It is my 3 or 4 years of experience, 3 or 4 years of struggle in this particular field. Okay, so the as I told you, where you are standing at this point, I was there at some point. Okay, I didn't have anyone to guide me, I didn't have anyone to support me, I didn't have anyone to show me a path. Whatever I have achieved by my own, and luckily I have got one mentor in recent times which helped me a lot. So it is not about the certification you are doing, it is not about the institute where you are learning, it is not about the syllabus, it's about the that sharing of knowledge from a mentor to a mentee. So that's what I want to achieve. And how I achieve that, there are simple tricks which I have learned from my experience. That is, I'll start from scratch. I start from scratch. That means whatever the skills we have seen to become an ethical hacker, that basic knowledge. So we'll start from that basic knowledge. We'll start from the basic knowledge of networking. We'll start from the basic knowledge of operating systems. We'll start on hands-on with Linux environments. And trust me, we'll be doing this in a lot of fun way, in a lot of interactive way, in a lot of modern way, not the way we have studied in our engineering, and not we have studied our engineering. There is much more practical approach, there is much more games that are involved which will help us to learn, and it is a really fun game. Okay, the next important thing is combination of theory and practical. It is very important because we know only theory will part will not have, and we can't do practicals unless you have a theory knowledge. So that combination is there. 50-50 combination is there. 50% of theory, 50% is practical. So while you are learning the things, you will get the exact amount of knowledge. The next is use of live platforms. Use of live platforms, that means, say we are learning how to hack systems, how to find the vulnerabilities in the system, how to access the data from any other third system. And legally, we can't do this on anyone's personal systems, on anyone organization systems. Okay. So there are a lot of platforms available which will help us to perform that actual live environment working. So we will use that in our trainings. And the last point is thorough knowledge. So everything will be in deep, not exo models. We'll see one more models and we'll move ahead, not like that. So we'll go deep in every aspect of that. Okay, and okay, then the next thing is my personal favorite, which it was not before, but now it is becoming my personal favorite. That is benefits of online. So whatever the course we are having on online platform. We are be delivering on online. Okay, so and trust me, this experience will be very different from whatever you have learned up till now, your college lectures and everything. This experience of online learning will be a much difference. So what are the benefits of online? No place bounding. Okay, so there is no place boundation. So you can learn from the comfort of home. Okay, so you can learn from wherever you are. You can you will get recorded sessions of each and every lecture so that you can revise. You don't have to expense in travel. Okay, there is no travel expenses and the flexibility of time. So all these are the things, and a last thing is that direct interaction with me. So as an expert, we will have a community. Whoever will enroll for this course, we will have a community where anyone can ask any doubts to me and I'll solve that doubts personally. Okay, so this is my promise. And the last point is for everyone. So whoever is here for the passion of cybersecurity, who is here to want to make career in cybersecurity, I want you guys to take these 4 things from this lecture. Okay, so whoever might see this lecture afterwards, or whoever is attending, just take this 4 mantra of success to be successful or to get a success in cybersecurity world. That is passion, persistence, consistency, and teamwork. Okay, don't don't matter how you learn from me, don't matter how you learn from anyone, don't matter you leave that aside. I don't care. So whatever you, this is the only thing I want you to take with this, that if you want to be successful in cybersecurity, there are only 4 things you require: passion, persistence, consistency, and teamwork. You can't grow alone. Even if you did, you will not go much higher in your careers. So working as a team, working as a community is very important. Okay, and the last thing is, okay, so I'm done. I've explained everything. I've explained you cybersecurity, and I've explained you what I am proposing. And there is last thing remaining is the Super 10. So what is the Super 10? The Super 10 is, we will have batch of only 10 students. We will have a batch of only 10 students where I can individually assess and I can individually focus on each and every student. So remember, there are only 10 places for the batch. That's it from my side. Okay. Anyone who has any doubts up till now, anyone who want to ask any questions, you can ask. Take your time. Anyone want to ask any questions? I'm ready for it. Okay. So everything regarding the admission process or all the management things, the Tech Amplifiers team will guide you. I will only focus on the training part. Well, that's my thing. I'll focus on the training part. Any doubts you have regarding whatever we have seen up till now, you can ask. The admission process and all these things, the Tech Amplifiers team will follow you up with. Okay. Okay. So I just want to mention one thing about the fees. So as I told you, I did 2 courses in 2017 and 2019. So that journey is for to get the basic knowledge of about cybersecurity. That journey is for to get the entry level knowledge of cybersecurity and how to enter cybersecurity world. That's those 4 years, and I have done 2 trainings in that, and it cost me around 1 lakh at that time combinedly. It cost me around 1 lakh. Okay, and the same knowledge with lot of extra other things I'll be sharing with you in lot less fees, and I guarantee you that no one in the whole world will give you that much knowledge at this price. Because for me, the price or I'm not doing this for money. I'm doing this for sheer passion of my cybersecurity and the sufferings I have had since I am from the lower middle class. So I'm not from very privileged background where there is a lot of financial stability. So I'm from the with lower middle class family. So I have struggled. I have seen a lot of struggle. I don't want that struggle for anyone. So I want to simplify the careers. I want to help people to save their time, save their money in order to make the careers. Because the current scenario of our country is like that. Everyone, especially the education system, and being the victim of that education system, I want to change that. That's why I'm doing this. So keep these things in mind. Okay, so any doubts regarding the syllabus point of view, or regarding the program point of view, or regarding the whole cyber security point of view? If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Otherwise, the Access or Tech Amplified teams will take over the session.
Thank you so much,
Okay.
sir.
Anyone who wants to connect with me after this session, after this webinar. Okay, so I am not a big social media person. I am only on two social media, that is LinkedIn and there is Insta. Okay, so you can follow me on LinkedIn and Insta to connect. Okay, and in future if you have any doubts, we'll surely be connected. Okay, so to get my LinkedIn profile, I'll just share that with you. Let's see. Okay, he's asking me to sign up. Okay, no problem. Just who has a LinkedIn account, just go on LinkedIn and search my name, Shikesh Pasulkar. You'll find the profile. As you can see, my bio here, certified as a Glacker Switch trainer. So you'll find similar. Uh, just search for this, Shikesh Pasulkar. Okay. Insta ID. Okay. So Insta ID you will find in Tech Amplifiers post, because I think they have tagged me in one or two of their posts. You can find my Insta ID there. Okay.